بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ها نحن نلتقي مرة أخرى في دروسنا حول تحضيرات البكالوريا بالنسبة للطلبة المقبلين على شهادة البكالوريا إن شاء الله، والذين نتمنى لهم النجاح في هذه الامتحانات التي هي كالامتحانات ولا تقتضي هذا القلق وهذا التنرفز وهذا التمأمؤ في الحضور. لذلك نرجو إن شاء الله أن تكون هذه الامتحانات فعلى خير عليكم إن شاء الله، تتوج بالنجاح إن شاء الله. تكلمنا في المرة الماضية عن المقطع الثاني من شهادة البكالوريا في ورقة اللغة الإنجليزية. ففي أثناء وفي السنوات التي أمضيتها في تصحيح أوراق البكالوريا لاحظت أن عدة طلبة لا يتمكنون من هذا الجزء الذي يسمى oral in the exam. It means the different activities proposed which contains stress and pronunciation. So most of the students and pupils starting to prepare the back exam come to this point and stop. So today inshallah we're going to have a particular view on some of the rules applied, and I'll just tell you that this part in the back exam contains a point and a half if you are given 6 words, and 4 words that gives you 1 score in the back exam. So it's an important part to deal with in the back exam. So let's start first with the different activities we have in this section. Now the first activity we have is classify. Classify according the words according to. Now A, pronunciation of final ed, pronunciation of final s, and to the number of syllables, and to the stressed syllable. There's another activity in the back exam that you have, which is giving or marking, mark and the line. We have got underline. You can have circle, mark the silent letters. There's another activity which is mark or underline the stressed syllable. So these activities most of the time are given to you in the section of text exploration, and most of the time they are scored between 1 point and 1.5 points. So it is something to be tackled with caution and to be sure that you do not lose those points. Let's start with the classifying of the words according to the pronunciation of final ed. Now for the final ed, you've got t, you've got the, and you've got it. Now for these 3 pronunciations of final ed, you've got rules to learn, and they are written in your textbooks of English, and you may have them with your English teachers. For example, with the word t, for example, in English, all the words finishing with a C, with an X, with a double S, with a, for example, with an SH, with a CH. For example, words like to place, placed, fix, fixed, pass, passed, finish, finished, watch, watched. Okay? These ending of the verb are pronounced with the sound t. Now for the id pronunciation, you've got just two ending of the verb. Either the verb is finishing with the t or with the d. For example, faint, fainted, decide, decided. Okay? The verb here is finishing with the t, and this one is finishing with the d. Now, these classifications is done according to rule. So you've got to learn these endings of t and the endings of de. Now, the sound de is if the verb is not finishing with this and with this, automatically it is in de. For example, the word close, closed. The verb managed, managed. The verb to owe, owed. It is not finishing with those endings, nor with those endings. So it is in the sound. As a practice, for example, you've got the verb Now follow me. In these verbs, the question is, classify the following words according to the pronunciation of final ed. This is final ed of the verb. Now, in this type of exercise, we look at the last letter or the last consonant that ends in the word. For example, here we've got an M. Here we've got ed. And here we've got GH. Here we've got ed and we've got d. Here we've got t. This is the ed and the t. And here we've got w. Now, we have seen the rules. Now, m is not in the pronunciation of t. And it's not in the pronunciation of de, of it. Sorry. So, automatically, we say seemed. And you write it on de. Here, you ask me the question, how can we read this verb? Plucked. A lot of you say this is a GH, and our teacher said this is the GH in English is pronounced as a f. No, this verb is pronounced plowed. You may ask me why? Because simply GH is silent. It's not pronounced. But rather we've got another verb like, for example, this verb, finishing with the ed and finishing with the gh. Now this one is read in English, loft. Loft. Why? Because we pronounce this gh. But here it's not pronounced, so automatically it's plowed, and it's in the case of de. Now let's go to this verb, decide. Look, decide. ed, so the verb is finishing with the d sound. So decide. Did. Very good. Decided. Now, it's in it. Now this one, create. Finishing with a t sound. So created. In it. And the last one, w. Do you have a w in the rules of t? No. In it? No. Automatically, it's owed in the corner of the. Now, let's see this verb now. Look. If I ask you to read it, say, studied. And many of you would say, it's in it. Did we say that in it? Let's see. ed. What is this? It's an I. It's not a d. It's not a t. It's an I. So automatically, it's not in it. Why? Because the root of the verb is study. A. Studied. We are just the sound d. So be careful of these verbs when they are in your back exam. So studied is in de, not in it. This is concerning the part of classifying the final ed. Now let's go to this sequence of verbs with final s. Remember that I'm just giving you slides and hints about the rules that you are using in the different pronunciation. For example, let's go. This verb, this verb, this verb, the same as the first one. This verb. And this verb. And there are many verbs. Now, in the pronunciation of final S, you've got s, you've got the, and you've got is. Now, these three pronunciations of the, and is give us three different pronunciations of the same word, final S. Now let's go to this word. This is the S. But because there are double S, the ES is one word. This one is the same. It's one word. The same is S. S. ES. And ES or the S. Now let's go. This verb in English is pronounced passes. Good. Passes. In is. Passes. Right, it's like this in the back exam. Now the second one. W. O. O. Z. Remember this verb? We've said that this one is silent. And we are using the rule of this one. So it's plows. Good. Plows. Not plows. It's plows. Now this verb here. Stud. This. Is it in is? Are you sure it's in is? No, it's in the. Why? Because it's finishing with an I. Studies. And the last one, fixes. Here there's an I of the verb, but here there's an X. The X gives us the rule for fixes. Now what about se? For example, laughs, walks, faints. The rule is very simple. All the verbs finishing with the t, p, k, f, gh. Now, with this gh, when it is pronounced like photograph, gh, like love, gh, but not with plow, which is not pronounced. Like th, for example. Faint, faints, stop, stops, walks, for example, believes, gh, like laughs, like coughs, okay, and th, like baths, to bath in English, and baths. So this is the words finishing and classified in se. Now in is you've got the same that you have seen in de when they are in t sound. You've got C, X, double S, SH, CH, G, J, Z. Now Z can be written with an S. For example, let's start. Place, places. Fix, fixes. Pass, passes. Finish, finishes. Catch, catches. Change, changes. Judge, judges. Organize, organizes. At the same time, revise with an S but pronounced with the S, and it's pronounced Z, revises. So these ending of the verbs of the words give us the rule of S. Now, let's go to the second part. Now, we have seen that in pronunciation of S, final S, and final ED, you've got rules that you have got to learn if you want to have a very good mark on this oral in the back exam. Now, let's go to the classify the words according to the number of the syllables. The number of the syllables. You may say that it's a very easy task in the back exam. But I assure you, according to my own experience, that most of you have problems in counting the syllables. Let's take for example the verb civilization. Civilization. A long word. Let's take the verb, for example, the word, this word. Let's take this word. let's take this word. Now, any of you, if asked about which one has got the most or the biggest number of syllables, you would say, for example, civilization, this word, and you say this word. I'll ask you why. You say that there are two long words. In English, remember something. There are no long, no short words. Sometimes a very short word can have a longer sequence of syllables than a short word. Now let's start. How can we identify the syllables of a word? Simply by underlining or circling the vowels. C, V, Li, civilization. Civilization. How many? 5 syllables. It's a polysyllabic word. Now let's get to this word. How many vowels are there? There is this one and this one. How can you pronounce this word? Is it diet with 1 syllable? No, it's diet. It's diet. It means 2 syllables. So be careful. Now let's look at this word. It's a bit a long word. Do you think it's 1 syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables? Let's see. We've got A and got E. Now, with A and E makes 2 syllables. Let's pronounce it. Smashed. Smashed. Do you think there are 2 syllables in this word? It's 1 syllable. It's smashed. It's 1 syllable. This one is pronounced. This one is T. It's not pronounced as a vowel, it's pronounced as a sound T. So smashed is just 1 word, 1 syllable. Now let's look at this word. 1, 2, 3. Is it radio? No, this is French. It's not English. It's radio. It's radio. How many? 3 syllables. So look at this word, radio, and this word smashed. So it's not about the content or the length of the word, but it's on how much vowels it contains and how many of them are really pronounced. So, when you are giving this task in the back exam, you've got classified, you've got a table like this. You've got 1 syllable, 2 syllables, 3 syllables, and more syllables. So, for example, let's take the word, for example, desk. Desk is 1 syllable. So right here, desk. For example, radio, 3 syllables. So right here, radio, 3 syllables, like this. For example, the word diet, 3 syllables. It's written here, diet. Diet. For example, 2 syllables, like teacher. Teacher, teacher, 2 syllables. So teacher, like this. And don't repeat the writing the word, just write the table as it is shown in front of you on the board. Now, this is concerning the syllables. Now, you can, for example, at home, when you take words from the book, copy them from any text, and for example, let's say C, V, Li, Z, Shen. You do this in the draft, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's in here. More syllables. Civilizations. But in the digital paper, you don't write this form. This is just in your rough paper. So write this on the rough paper. You count at your ease. Then after you write this form at the end of the paper. So this is concerning the syllables. Now let's see the other exercise we have got in the back exam, which is the silent letters.